because that black pigment paste I've had for a while and it always gets all over everything. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Creative Pouring. I'm Cheryl. Today, I'm going to make these well, you'll see what I'm going to make. It's kind of like a surprise. Well, that one's not going to be used. I've got a little bit of resin left over, my Tea Expert resin. I've got my black pigment paste, and I'm going to use a stir stick to stir it up. Scrape it off just a little bit. Close that up. Get that out of here. Because that black pigment paste I've had for a while and it always gets all over everything. So I'm going to try to clean up a little bit. Okay, let's try this. Stir it up. And I'm going to make as many of these blanks as I can. It's kind of thick right now, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Just put a little bit in each one. This will be the last one. I'm going to let that cure. And it's going to be kind of a surprise. I've got a surprise in mind. And I hope y'all enjoy it, watching me make it. I can put a little more in this one. When I come back, you'll know what it is because you'll see me making it. But let me go ahead and spray these with, 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I'm going to get a thing here to make sure it gets spread around. This is one of my micro brushes. I just want to get the base on it. I'll be back to you once this is ready for the next layer. Okay, see you then. All right, these are cured. I'm going to go ahead and take them out of here, and I'm going to just do a top coat on them once I get them done. These came out pretty cool. I didn't want them too thick because I want to turn them into keychains, and it's hard to make them into keychains when they're super thick. Okay, we got them out. Now I'm going to put a circle on each one. I've printed up through my Cricut. I had a program that printed up circles. Okay, I've got 2 8s, and I think the bigger 8s look better. Yeah, they look more like 8 balls. I went ahead and printed them with the shadow and without the shadow. My my Cricut is so old. You have to use the cartridges for it. But it does the trick. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do this had I not. That looks really good. Look at that. I'm just using tweezers to get them off the paper, the backing. I printed up more just in case I got issues. All right, now all I'm going to do is do a top coat on them. A dome. You see how it's got the ledge around it? I'm just going to fill that ledge up. Now, granted, this one might have a hole, but it'll be all right. Let's go ahead and get my gloves on. All right, I got them on. I've already got my Tea Expert resin mixed up. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a top coat. I don't have anything in the resin. This is just strictly clear resin. I'm going to use the long neck lighter to clean them up, the bubbles. These are looking good. I'm just doing a first layer, and then I'm going to get the bubbles. Use a long neck lighter to get those bubbles out of there. If the bubbles are not coming to the top, what you can do is you can get one of your scries and just kind of scratch the bubbles so they come to the surface. Because these 8s are hiding bubbles under them, you see. Okay. See if I have any more bubbles. Looks like I got them. Just gonna drag them to the edge a little bit to that. Some of these are already full. I filled them up farther than I thought. Some of these are not. Let's do a couple of drips in some of them. Fill them up. I did not put anything on the back side of them because I know it had that ridge, so I was thinking it would save it. So we shall see. If something should happen and I do get stuff on the back, that's when I will sand them down the back and take it from there. Let's see. Looks like that has the ridge on one side more than the other, but I may be wrong. I just turned it around so I could see it. All right, those look really good. I'm gonna kill them with bubbles again. Kill the bubbles again. And if any more bubbles come up, I'll try to hit them. I'm gonna cover them and be back to you tomorrow. to see what we're doing, to see where we're at. Okay, all my 8 balls are done. I went ahead and did 6 of them, so you didn't have to watch me go through all that, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I took a piece of sandpaper, and it's water, so I spray it, wet it down, take the back of it. So what I do is I go from top to bottom like this for a few minutes, just to get that shine knocked off. And then I turn it and I go this way. So it has a crisscross pattern, so things will grab on. And how I clean it is I just get just a towel, and I sprayed some water on it, a couple of both sides, and then just rubbed it. And as long as the shine's not on it, see there's no real shine on it, then it's where you want it to be. Let's get this out of here. Clean this up a little bit. Okay, then I took some of my E6000. I just put some on a piece of plastic so it's easier to work with. I've got these little holder thingies. I don't even know what you call them. But I take it and I scoop some of that E6000 up, get my 8 ball lined up, and just put it on the back right there where right above the 8. Line it up real good. And then we're going to let them set overnight. And then I've got these little pieces of cork that I cut out using a 1.5-inch hole punch to make it easier just to put on the back of these. And the reason I'm doing it is because when you play 8-ball, you've got to mark where you put the 8-ball, where you're going to shoot the 8-ball into. And the cork makes it so it doesn't slip on the table. So my husband has asked me to put these on the back of here. And we will finish them up when these have dried. All that glue on there has dried. We'll put these on the back and finish them up. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. This is how I put them on. I started putting them on and then I realized that you guys weren't filming. But that's okay. You didn't want to sit and watch me go through all of putting them all on. Okay. What I'm going to do now is, since I have this little ridge around it, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of my black UV resin to shine up that area. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one of my little doodads here. See if I opened it up. I don't know if I opened it. Yep, brand new one. It's colored resin from LEQU. It's a Timu. Just going to put a little bit on. Just enough to shine up this little area. Oh, that's looking good. Look at that. Now, I know you're not going to want to sit there and watch me do all of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cure this up, and I'll finish the rest of them and I'll be back to you. All right, I went ahead and did all of them on the round, all of them. That looks beautiful. Now let's go ahead and turn them into keychains. What's that? Ah, that looks like glue all over the front. That's okay. At least with it not being sanded, I can just peel that glue right off. See how easy that was? Okay. They all look good to me. Let's go ahead. I've got this kit of keychains. I went ahead and put the lobster claw on it. I can't stand not having a lobster claw because you need to hook it to your whatever you need to hook it to. And you can also, if you don't want it as a keychain, you can take this keychain off. So I've got these lovely split rings that came with it. And all you do is go through the hole there. And then you've got your ring. You put it in your ring. Oops. And you twist it. Well, it didn't want to twist for me. Okay. And voila, we have a keychain. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all these done, and I will get some lovely pictures for you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed this pour as much as I did. If you did, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Until next time, keep creating and keep pouring. Bye for now.